The sound of the dishwasher mixed with the quiet noise of the TV, making everything feel calm in the Bennett home. Nathan Bennett had just finished some work and was sitting on the couch in his usual spot. His wife, Amelia, was across from him, looking at her phone with a distant expression. After 10 years of marriage, the quiet moments between them felt normal. But tonight, something felt different, and Nathan couldn't figure out why. "Nathan, can we talk?" Amelia's voice broke the silence. Nathan looked up, feeling nervous. "How was your day?" she asked, but there was a heaviness in her voice. "Sure," Nathan said, turning off the TV and focusing on her. Amelia paused for a second, biting her lip like she always did when she was nervous. "I've been thinking about us, about our marriage," she said. Nathan felt his stomach drop, worrying about things like cheating, boredom, or even splitting up. He sat up, preparing for what was coming. "I love you," Amelia began. "You know that, but I feel like we've been stuck in a rut, like we've lost that spark. We do the same things every day, and I can't help but feel like something's missing." Nathan nodded, unsure of where she was going with this. He had felt the routine too, but he chalked it up to the natural ebb and flow of a long-term relationship. "I've been reading," Amelia continued, "about couples who try new things to reignite their passion, to bring back that excitement." Nathan frowned. "Like what?" Amelia took a deep breath. "Like an open marriage." The words hung in the air, between them heavy and sharp. Nathan blinked, stunned into silence. Of all the things he thought she might say, this wasn't one of them. "An open marriage," he repeated, his voice low, as if testing the phrase on his tongue. "Just for a couple of weeks," Amelia quickly clarified, her eyes searching his for understanding. "It's not like we're giving up on each other. I just think if we could explore, see other people for a short time, we might realize how much we still want each other. It could bring back the excitement, make us appreciate what we have." Nathan stared at her, trying to wrap his head around the idea. "You want to see other people?" Amelia shook her head and spoke quickly. "Not just me, I mean both of us. You could do it too. It would be something we both agree on, no secrets, no lies, just 2 weeks of freedom to try something new." Nathan's heart started racing as he tried to understand what she was asking. He always thought their marriage was steady, maybe a little predictable, but this was completely different. He had heard about open marriages before, but it was something other people did, not him and Amelia. It felt strange, like it didn't fit into the life they had built together. But he could see the hope in her eyes, as if she believed this might fix whatever she thought was wrong between them. He swallowed hard. "I don't know, Amelia. This feels risky. What if it makes things worse?" Amelia reached out, her hand covering his. "I don't think it will. I think it'll make us stronger. We've been together for so long, and I love you more than anything. But I also want to feel alive again, and I want you to feel that too." Nathan looked into her eyes, seeing the vulnerability there. He had never wanted to hold her back or make her feel trapped, but the thought of sharing her with someone else, even temporarily, made his stomach churn. "I need to think about this," he said finally. Amelia nodded. "Of course, I don't want to pressure you, but please just consider it." Nathan spent the next few days in a whirlwind of thoughts. The idea of an open marriage felt like a tightrope walk without a safety net. Could they really come back from something like this? Would they even want to? But the more he thought about it, the more he realized that Amelia's request wasn't coming from a place of malice or selfishness. She was searching for something. They felt like they had lost something over the years. After thinking about it for a week, Nathan finally agreed to try it out. Just 2 weeks, that's all they were committing to. They would set clear boundaries, be honest with each other, and if either of them felt uncomfortable at any time, they would stop. When Nathan told Amelia about his decision, she looked so relieved. "Thank you, Nathan. I promise this will help us." So, they started the experiment. Before seeing other people, they knew they had to set some rules. One night during dinner, they talked it through. First, full honesty. They would tell each other who they were seeing and what they were doing. Second, no emotional attachments. This was only about physical experiences, not developing feelings for anyone else. Third, their home was off limits. They wouldn't bring anyone into their house or bed. Lastly, communication was key. If either of them felt uneasy or wanted to stop, they would talk about it openly. With these rules, Nathan felt a little more comfortable, though he still had some anxiety about the whole thing. Amelia, on the other hand, seemed almost excited, like a weight had been lifted off her shoulders. Amelia wasted no time setting up her first date. She had been flirting with Tom Harper, a colleague from her marketing firm, for months. Tall, charismatic, and charming, Tom was the kind of man who exuded confidence and always knew how to make a woman feel desired. Amelia had always enjoyed the harmless flirtation between them. But now, with Nathan's permission, she was free to take it further. Nathan, on the other hand, felt hesitant. The idea of dating after so many years felt foreign and awkward. He wasn't sure where to start. But then a chance encounter with Hannah Sullivan, a colleague from his software firm, opened the door. Hannah was kind, intelligent, and striking in a quiet way. They had always had a good rapport. And when she asked him out for a drink to discuss a work project, he decided to be upfront about his situation. To his surprise, Hannah didn't shy away. "If you're both okay with it, I don't see why not," she said with a shrug. Their first evening out together was easy and natural. There were no grand expectations, no awkward silences. Nathan found himself relaxing in her presence, enjoying the conversation and the connection. It wasn't the wild, passionate affair Amelia had described, but it felt nice. For the first time in years, Nathan felt appreciated in a way he hadn't with Amelia for a long time. But Amelia's experience was different. She thought her date with Tom would be full of the passion she had been missing, and at first it was. Tom gave her compliments, made her feel wanted, and there was strong chemistry between them. However, as the night went on, Amelia started feeling something she didn't expect: emptiness. The excitement of being with someone new quickly faded when she realized Tom only wanted a casual fling. He didn't care about her thoughts, feelings, or her life beyond their short time together. Instead of the thrill she had hoped for, she felt empty inside. As the 2 weeks progressed, Nathan and Amelia's experiences diverged in unexpected ways. Nathan found himself growing closer to Hannah. It wasn't just about physical attraction. It was the ease of their conversations, the way she made him feel seen and valued. For Nathan, the experiment had opened his eyes, not to the thrill of an open marriage, but to the realization that he had been missing something deeper in his relationship with Amelia. Amelia, meanwhile, found herself struggling. She had thought that an open marriage would reignite the passion between her and Nathan, but all it had done was highlight the cracks in their relationship. The freedom she had sought felt more like a burden, and the emptiness she experienced with Tom only made her long for the connection she had once shared with her husband. One night, after another date with Tom left her feeling disillusioned, Amelia sat on the edge of their bed, her head in her hands. "I think I made a mistake," she whispered when Nathan walked into the room. Nathan paused, watching her carefully. "What do you mean?" Amelia looked up, her eyes filled with tears. "I thought this would make us stronger, but it's only made me realize how much I need you. I don't want anyone else, Nathan. I thought I did, but I was wrong." Nathan sat beside her, his heart heavy with conflicting emotions. He had grown to enjoy his time with Hannah, but he still loved Amelia. He wanted their marriage to work, but he also knew that something fundamental had shifted between them. "I've been thinking too," Nathan said quietly. "This experiment showed me that we've both been missing something. I love you, Amelia, but we can't keep acting like everything is fine. We need to figure out what we really want, or this will just keep happening." Amelia nodded, wiping her tears. "I know. I just want us to be happy again." As the 2 weeks ended, Nathan and Amelia decided to stop the experiment. They agreed to close their marriage again, but they both knew things wouldn't be the same. The open marriage had revealed things about themselves and their relationship that they couldn't ignore. They agreed to close their marriage once more, but they knew that things would never be the same. The open marriage had revealed truths about themselves and their relationship that they could no longer ignore. Nathan ended things with Hannah, explaining that while he had enjoyed their time together, his focus needed to be on repairing his marriage. Hannah was understanding, though Nathan could tell there was a hint of sadness in her eyes. He would miss her, but he knew this was the right decision. Amelia too cut ties with Tom, realizing that the excitement she had sought outside their marriage could never replace the emotional connection she craved with Nathan. The weeks that followed were difficult. Nathan and Amelia had to navigate the aftermath of their experiment, rebuilding trust and communication. They began couples therapy, where they learned to talk openly about their needs, desires, and fears. It wasn't easy, and there were times when they both wondered if their marriage would make it. But slowly, they started to heal. They spent more time together, trying to find the things they loved about each other again. The closeness they had lost over the years began to come back, not through big, exciting experiences, but through small, meaningful moments, like cooking dinner together, going for walks, and just talking about their day. In the end, the experiment was a wake-up call. It showed them that the excitement they were looking for wasn't in being with other people, but in reconnecting with each other. They learned that relationships aren't just about constant passion and excitement. They're about love, trust, and communication. Amelia had suggested an open marriage to save their relationship, but by closing that door, they were able to truly find each other again. The lesson was clear. Sometimes we look outside for what's missing, only to realize what we truly need has been there all along. Relationships grow with trust, communication, and emotional connection, things that can never be replaced by just excitement. Second story. About 4 months ago, we were stuck in constant fights. The anger between us was growing. Over the past 2 years, she had flirted with other guys, gone to parties with drunk strangers, and stayed out late without telling me. I was sure she never cheated, but these things still made me feel hurt. One day, after a big fight, I decided to end the relationship. But I couldn't do it. It was too hard for me. I had tried before, but I just couldn't leave. My mental health got worse, my grades dropped, and my life started falling apart. I thought the only way to really end things emotionally was to do something so bad that I couldn't stay with her. So, I cheated on her twice. Not because I wanted to or because I loved anyone else, but to force myself to end the relationship. But even after that, I couldn't leave her. I realized I loved her more than anything. Now, I don't understand how I could have been so stupid to do this to her. Since then, I've been seeing a psychiatrist and taking medication to work on my mental health. Somehow, our relationship has gotten better, and she's been in a great mood. I love her so much that I would accept the worst punishment for betraying her. But I don't know what to do. I have 2 options. 1, tell her everything, which will break her heart, but at least it gives her the right to decide what to do. 2, not tell her, which keeps her from being hurt, but also takes away her right to know the truth and make a choice about being with someone like me. I've done everything I can to make her happy since then, and she seems fine and stable. I just don't know what to do with the guilt of my betrayal. Maybe I deserve to live with this guilt as punishment for what I did.